Hello there, welcome to part 4 of my Clone Wars analysis series. In today's video, we will be examining Destroy Malevolence, Season 1, Episode 4. The goal of this series is to unpack the Clone Wars animated show and look closely at its themes, characters, and politics. As always, there will be spoilers as we're covering the entire episode and series. That said, let's jump into it. Destroy Malevolence is Episode 4 and the finale of a trilogy revolving around the Malevolence, a separatist superweapon. After wreaking havoc on the galaxy in secret, being discovered, and then crippled into a position of disadvantage in the former episodes, is now fleeing through space while being pursued. The quote for the episode is, "A plan is only as good as those who see it through." The thematic aspects of the episode will revolve around ability to adapt one's plan to achieve success, and the ability to do this says something about one's character. It connects to the former episode, where Anakin had to accept a subversion of his ego and change his plan of attack in order to succeed. The Malevolence's main weapon, hyperdrive and forward engines, are all destroyed or failing, and it's fleeing the scene but is under bombardment from Republic ships. Failure is imminent, but Dooku has arranged an advantage for Grievous, and the general is reluctant to take it because of his pride. The former episode revolved around the theme of ego, and Grievous's ego is still a weakness for him. Dooku and Sidious have sent in Padme, an influential senator, to be Grievous's hostage. It is very worthy to note that Palpatine is constantly in the process of turning Anakin to the dark side, and he knows about Padme, which is why he sent her over any other senator, because it is without a doubt that Anakin will call off an attack in order to save her. C-3PO notes that it was Palpatine himself who gave Padme the coordinates where to go. Palpatine is playing both sides. He's giving the Malevolence and the Separatists a chance to escape by giving them a hostage. He's also instilling some worry into Anakin and controlling his life even when Palpatine himself isn't in the episode. Like with all of Star Wars, he's the shadowy hand controlling everything behind the scenes. Padme does not want to be made a hostage and allow the Malevolence's destruction to continue. And there may be doubts between the other Republic characters, but Anakin's feelings for Padme are his weak spot, and before considering any plans, he orders the attack off so he can save her. Anakin, in essence, alters the plan and it reveals his character, somewhat more out of his feelings for Padme than for being a general hero. He would have likely still wanted to boldly rescue another senator, but it is undeniable that his prompt reaction and alteration of the plan stems down to his personal feelings. When it comes to Padme's characterization, we see more of her resourcefulness and the fact that she can take care of herself. She quickly reacts after her ship is pulled in by a tractor beam and overloads her engines to explode. By doing this, she almost kills Grievous when he comes to inspect her ship. It's a very intelligent play and a further development of the resourcefulness we saw at Geonosis in Attack of the Clones. Anakin has a plan to rescue Padme. Obi Wan tells him that every plan needs a backup. You get some banter between Anakin and Obi Wan, primarily about Anakin's plans being unorthodox and reckless, but brave at the same time, and Obi Wan's plans being more traditional and calm. As master and former apprentice, they are still learning from one another. I feel like Anakin teaches Obi Wan things about plans, while Obi Wan's words, while not going through all of the time, still teach and ground Anakin. You'll see this manifest with action and adaptation later in the episode. When Obi Wan, Anakin, and Padme are going to meet up, Obi Wan says that he can't see her, while Anakin says that he can sense that she is there. This connects back to a minor theme from the prior episode, where sight versus intuition are compared, as is also compared in A New Hope. This episode also further develops Anakin and Padme's romance. As they're married now and less awkward and unsure of their hidden feelings as they were when they first developed, they can turn off and on their romantic feelings when other people are around or not. We get the sense that they're closer now and they flirt more strongly and openly with each other when alone. Obi-Wan is sarcastic and witty with his enemies. There are discussions about how Obi-Wan is one of the best Jedi because he's very pure, rarely or never has dark side moments, teaches Anakin and Luke, and is caring and positive to everyone he is around. It is possible that his sarcasm on the battlefield helps maintain his composure as a sort of method of not taking it as seriously and keeping the right mindset. It also displays a confidence on his part in his abilities. Anakin's original plan of simply rescuing Padme and getting off of the Malevolence won't work because the Malevolence's hyperdrive is getting fixed and will be back up, which means it could get away and their progress will be lost. So he has to switch to a new plan, which ties into the theme of adaptation. This leads them to hot oiling the ship to change its course into a nearby moon, causing its demise. While both of Anakin's plans are unconventional, his ability to pull them off with reasonable effectiveness highlights his strength, abilities, and character. Earlier in the episode, Obi-Wan told Anakin that spinning is not flying, to which Anakin responds that it is a good trick, which echoes his statement in The Phantom Menace when he destroyed the Trade Federation ship. When they escape the Malevolence, Grievous and some droids pursue and fighters and shoot at them, and Obi-Wan says that Anakin will need to use a trick to get out of this, and we get a simple shot of the Twilight doing a spin. This is a subtle but important scene demonstrating that indeed Obi-Wan also learns and adapts from Anakin's style, just as Anakin does from him by using a backup plan to destroy the Malevolence. We also get a joke from Obi Wan that comes out as subtle knowledge that he knows about Anakin and Padme's relationship this early on in the war, as he notes that Padme knows her way around Anakin's ship. We get a scene of Grievous learning of the Malevolence's destruction as the droids inform him of the ship's navicomputer, which Anakin hacked, leading the ship into the moon. Dooku contacts Grievous, and Grievous, knowing about his imminent failure, says nothing and cuts the transmission off. Not speaking is sometimes more powerful than words, and you can feel the tension between the two. Dooku is not pleased, and he's developed as an antagonist and cruel leader, but someone to be feared and respected at the end of the day. Dooku's disappointment with Grievous connects to the first episode of this trilogy, where he had tension and disappointment in the general just the same. Grievous's failure and Dooku's disfavor of him set up the possibility for episodes such as Lair of Grievous, where we see the result of this failure manifested. The inner conflicts between the Separatist side give them an intriguing and engaging complexity, and we see Dooku assert his power and control. The episode ends with Obi-Wan asking if Anakin made sure the ship crashed into the moon, to which Anakin says that it was all part of the plan. However, that wasn't in his original plan, and he adapted and made that decision throughout the course of the episode. It relates to Obi-Wan saying that every plan should have a backup, which Anakin adopted, and we see that he can listen and learn from Obi-Wan's teachings as well. This episode concludes the trilogy surrounding the Malevolence. The first episode didn't focus on combat much, and more so on the notion of belief and conviction. The second episode illustrated space combat, and while it was also in this episode, this one was more based in ground combat while on board the Separatist vessel. Belief is tied to confidence, but so is ego, and they can positively or negatively affect one's plans and consequently, their actions and results.